alive! I give you the modular. Let's start patching. Welcome back to Get Jervis Gets Modular at Thomann Synthesizers. I'm Jason Jervis. This is my voyage to Get Modular. If you haven't already seen all the episodes, episode 1 was the introduction, episode 2 was indeed putting together this rack that is before me and exploring possibilities of getting it to make sound. Episode 3 was looking at software. Now, go watch those videos and resume from this point. I'll wait. Did you do that? I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, so after looking at software, I certainly got my confidence up and I think I know what I'm doing and where things should be plugged. I'm going to put that into practice here. Let's start patching. Keyboard goes into 1 volt per octave input on our EMW oscillator. Now, as learned in episode 3, we need to place the gate into a modulator and then patch that. So let's get that straight away put in there and we'll patch it up later. Let's go for the signal path. So that now, as you can see, we've got the gates triggering the envelope there. That's both envelopes simultaneously, and you won't hear any of the oscillators. So let's take the signal of the oscillator using, I think I'm going to try and use color coding here. So following the signal path, out from the oscillator into the mixer, out from the mixer into the amplifier. And exactly like the software, constant tone. I'm going to use darker colors where we can for the gate, if we can make them stretch. Okay, let's get the positive envelope out into the amplifier. Excited? Stay tuned. Route the audio, so I'm going to mute that down there because that's all good, through the filter. So I'm going to put the mixer into the filter so that if we plug anything else into the mixer, it will go through the filter. So out into audio in of the filter. Low pass, high pass out into... Right, what we've got here is the high pass filter, low pass, and there's obviously a blend, so in the middle you get notch. Thankfully the Mini Brute 2S has got sequences built into it. This is one that's just fairly plain. Nice, okay. So it works. Let's have a little look at the envelopes. I wanted more than one LFO, so I picked the Batumi by Chaos because 4 LFOs can't be better than 1. Dual ADSR. I knew I wanted a filter and an amplifier envelope, so that was the choice for that one. Right, sticking with my convention for cabling, let's put that into the filter. Control voltage 1. There you go. I mean, it's starting to sound like a real synth now, isn't it? Let's use LFO 1 of 4, because it's set to quad. Many different modes in that little beautiful thing there. The button that changes them. We'll use it in a simplified form. Right, let's get it. It's there, right? And obviously... Right, so each of the dual ADSRs has a rate selection switch for fast, medium and slow. At the moment they're both on fast to give a real snappy, and it is really snappy. Slow for a more kind of like encourage the LFO. Right, that's brilliant. I mean, it's not going to set the world alight, but it's a synth that I built. That's all working, isn't it? I mean, we can stop the video now, but can we? I want to play a bit more, so I'm just going to snap my fingers and come back with a couple more modules, and we'll see if we can't make this a little bit more interesting, shall we? Okay, locked and loaded. Let's take a look at what we've got. Adding to our arsenal of oscillators, we have Make Noise STO, the rather fabulous plates by Mutable Instruments, which is a digital oscillator. That definitely reinforces the weight of the sound at the start of the chain. Let's go post amplifier and let's add some effects. So I've chosen the Lyra 8 effects from Soma Labs, which is the delay, and the rather delightful Doepfer A199 spring reverb. That's a spring reverb. If you've watched my pedal video, spring, there it is. Wasn't joking. Let's get patching. Okay, so if we go from the end of the chain to the beginning, we'll take the audio output from our amplifier and place it in the mix out of our spring reverb. We will then take an output from the amplifier into the delay. So we will take out the mixed signal into the audio input of the spring reverb. So that will now give us an affected synth. That does sound good, doesn't it? Just to give you an idea of what we've got, I will mix out the effects. Right. Delay. That's lovely. That's time 1. That's nice. Okay, you've got distortion here too, so let's put some distortion. You want that. You know you do. So that's the delay. Okay, patching that into the reverb. I might have to calm that down because it's pretty full sounding. That's full-on science fiction from the 1950s and 60s, isn't it? I mean, one of my all-time favourite soundtracks is Forbidden Planet, which predates synthesizers, really, just a little bit, or all used with tape loops and delays. Calm the distortion down. Let's feed in the reverb. Okay, let's can we bypass the delay? That's about 50% reverb. So you've got levels quite high, you've got emphasis and feedback, both on 50%. Clearly, the more feedback, the more it'll howl. And in some ways, I've put that after the delay, but with that howling feedback, I might like to use that the other way around. But, you know, rules broken, do things that sound right. Okay, so that's great, but why would you have the pan outside of the rack? And again, you might want that the other end. Well, let's not talk about it. I give you reverb before delay. Careful, because these things will suck you in. Time will disappear. Okay, let's go back to our oscillator choice. Now we've got 3 oscillators, and we've got a mixer which could take 2 inputs, and we've also got the amplifier. So we could, I suppose, route directly to the amplifier. You'd miss the filter out. Let's just go with the 2 new oscillators. We'll figure that out as we go. So let's go for our CV, plugging that one in to... Ooh, but what happens if you want to plug more than one thing in with control voltage? Is there a control voltage out? Maybe we use the multiplier. Let's try that. Yeah. An incredibly low-cost solution. Okay, let's plug in the mutable instruments plates using the same kind of, only a smaller white cable. Volt per octave input, engaged. And the output will go to input 2. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Digitally, goodly. I think this is cool. I don't know anything else that sounds like that. See, I think we're discovering, aren't we? So if I play. So you've got frequency, harmonics, timbre, and morph. Right, let's hear what that sort of sounds that makes together. Let's try and patch in the EMW as well now. So you've got 3 oscillators playing essentially the same thing, but still. We'll stick to the square on that one, and A in 3. So. Plates. Right, okay, so that's all 3 oscillators playing through one filter, then through the mixer, through our effects. Now let's engage the effects. Now obviously we've got the Batumi 4-channel LFO and a whole bunch of new inputs on these oscillators, so be rude not to patch. STO, let's adjust the shape with a nice sine wave. I quite like that. Right, on the plates, we've got sine LFO to the timbre of the plates, and I'm going to now put another sine into the morph of the harmonic. So. I mean, that's a bunch of interesting sound right there. Okay, that's all very well and good. We got some interesting sounds. We got some delay. What about some reverb? Right, that's just the plates. Let's introduce the make noise oscillator. EMW. It sounds very experimental kind of music from the 1960s. Which is what I think of when I think of modular. So there it is. I took the rack from episode 2, patched it, got it working in the way I expected it to work, took a trip and expanded it in a couple of different ways. It's a crazy world, the world of Modular. So if there's anything you think I should enter into this, I've got some space. Please put it in the comments below and I'll fit it in. But I'm quite happy with the sound I can make from that. I'm quite happy. Okay, to play us out, I'm going to just play with a little sequence and just, you know, enjoy this modular system. I think it needs a name. I don't know what kind of name you would give this mixture of lovely modules that it is. Maybe you could decide. So go on, answers in the comments if you dare. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, enjoy, and until the next time, keep getting modular.